Hello, everybody. Hello, Facebook land, YouTube land, all you internet surfers, and everybody else. Let's see if anybody pops up here. Sometimes this Facebook Live takes a few minutes to get going. Oh, Mr. Purvis, how are you? I hope Miss Debbie's doing fine. I miss seeing her and talking to her a lot. She's a very fine lady. I love her to death. Love her to death. She ain't bad on the eyes either, is she, Steve? James. I can't remember. I think we used to call you Steve, didn't we? But your name's James, something like that. Miss Elaine is on board. Hi, Miss Elaine. Some of y'all may remember the journey I've been through with this clear coat restorer. I had to redo the hood. It came out nice, and I was gonna put ceramic coating on it yesterday, Steve, but it hadn't quite cured. So today it's cured. So I did a quick rinseless wash on it just to make sure all the dust was off of it, because I think I did drive it to the store or something like that. Not very far, came right back. And then just out of an abundance of caution, I used a little Optimum Hyper Polish. I'll show you what that looks like. Oh, that's paint prep. What did I do with the polish? Oh, it slid over here in the corner. Optimum Hyper Polish. I like to use that when I'm getting ready to follow with some sort of protection, because it doesn't have any polymers or fillers in it, which can interfere with what you're putting on. Sometimes they will react with each other and cause problems. And after I did that, there again, I used the Optimum Paint Prep for the same reason. It doesn't have any of that stuff in it. It's solvent free. And when you clean your paint off with it, it's just absolutely clean paint. There's no chemicals left behind to react with anything. And then, just out of an abundance of caution, like I said, I buffed it up a little bit. Probably not necessary. Using a very, very soft red lake country pad. I mean, this is very, very soft. Doesn't have almost anything to it. Oh, hey, Mr. Jimmy. This pad has almost nothing, no abrasiveness to it whatsoever. It's extremely soft. And it just kind of finishes it up for you. And what I was getting ready to do is put this DPC Shield ceramic coating on it, which is good for a couple years. It's a ceramic coating. And when I use this bottle up, which I'm going to use it up doing a lot of experimenting with this, my car, I'm going to put it on my wheels, and I'll probably clean up my motorcycle and do that. And then he's come out with a new line. It's called Shield Pro, which, from what I can gather, the biggest difference between this and the Shield Pro is that the Shield Pro is a little more difficult to apply properly, but the longevity of it is twice as long as this. Which, if you maintain this properly, Jimmy, if you use ceramic coating in lieu of a polymer sealant, which is fine, those are good stuff, or wax, which will last a matter of months, this will last a couple of years. And it gives you a better level of protection against paint damage, against the elements, and all that sort of stuff. It's dries to a very, very hard finish, and will give you a lot deeper shine and luster. And I'll show you guys after I'm done. I'll do another video, but I'm not sure on camera you're going to be able to really tell the difference in the shine between this paint now and then after I apply this. But it will be there, which you can notice when you're standing here in front of it. And this will also help fill in some of the defects that have been left behind, mainly because this is such a poor, cheap paint. There was just some defects I could not get out. They're just too deep for, this cheap paint, Sometimes you're very limited what you can do with it. And but, you know, and another word of caution I wanted to mention to you folks, if any of you decide you want to try putting the clear coat restore on yourself, like I said, it's about $100 a bottle. It'll take almost a whole bottle to do this car. They used to say, oh, you could do 2 or 3 cars with it, but now they've changed that, and I found that that's true, because you have to apply it very liberally. But when you're using that stuff, make sure you wear some of these, and not a dust mask, but an aspirator, which you can see I've got one hanging right there, because that is very powerful stuff with some really bad chemicals in it. And, oh, it smells, oh my gosh, it smells bad. So you need to do the safety first and wear eye protection. I need new glasses. I've got safety glasses. My eyeglasses are safety glasses, but I need new ones now, because at different times or another, I have splashed accidentally some of these chemicals. Oh, somebody else is popping up there onto my glasses, probably the acidic wheel cleaner, and it will etch glass. It's either that or the decontamination Iron X I used to get the metal deposits off the paint, which is kind of the sort of, got the same basic ingredient, but you don't want to get that stuff on glass. And avoid getting it on plastic for very long if you can. And it's made spots on my glasses. So I'm going to have to get me like a pair of safety glasses that will fit over my eyeglasses, so that, you know, you can get those pretty cheap. So it's cheaper to replace those than it is to replace the eyeglasses. So I'm going to get me a set. I had a set and messed them up, so I'm going to have to get me another set. That's a pretty cheap fix right there. What I'm getting ready to do is apply this ceramic coating, and I'm going to show you guys how I do it in the event you decide you want to try it yourself. And there are some consumer level ceramic coatings out there. I'm not talking about these that you can buy at AutoZone, O'Reilly's, and all that, Meguiar's hybrid ceramic wax. It's not bad stuff, but it is not a ceramic coating, despite what the label says. It is not. I'm telling you. This stuff I'm using today, if you are just a consumer, you can order a bottle of this yourself, and it's not real expensive. It's about, I think this bottle was about $50. It's 4 ounces. That doesn't sound like a lot, Jimmy, but this, it probably won't take that much to do this hood, and I'll show you that here in a few minutes. This stuff goes a very, very, very long way. Very long way. Now, his DPC Pro, I'm not sure if you can order it as a consumer or you have to be a pro detailer. I'm just not sure, but it is just a step above this. Hi, Kimberly! Ooh-wee. Always gets my blood flowing when Kimberly signs in. And I hope Ben is listening, Kimberly. He don't know what he has here, or maybe he does. But anyway, I'm going to show y'all some steps I go through. You'll need an applicator pad. That's what that is right there. That's what they call a microfiber applicator pad. That is one of the methods they recommend for applying the ceramic coating. The other one is you can get a foam pad, which doesn't use as much product because it's thinner than that is. That will absorb a lot, but after the first pass or two, you've pretty well got it saturated, so you're in good shape. And you can cover more area faster with that. That's just what I stick with. And then you can see I've got a low pile microfiber towel over there, because what you do is you wipe this stuff on in a crosshatch pattern. Yeah, you give it a minute, 2 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes actually, and then you take a low pile microfiber towel like this one, which is extremely high quality. It's called a pearl weave, and you do what we call level it down. And then after about just a minute, even if that, then you take a plush microfiber towel like this one. There again, extremely high quality. And then you buff it lightly with that. and then you let it cure. Probably 24 hours. Okay, good, Miss Kimberly. I'm sure he probably did. But I just got these two out of the laundry, and I did that to all three of these. And sometimes, you know, when you dry them in the dryer, you will pick up lint. And I don't want to leave any lint behind to get embedded into my ceramic coating. So I have a gadget here on the end of my air compressor. This particular one's called a vortex, and what it does, it's got that little thing that goes around in there, and it will blast the dust out of this rag. I was going to show me doing it, but I can't hold the camera, the rag, and the vortex all at the same time. But it gives that air, it kind of breaks it up and pounds it some instead of just a steady stream of air. This gadget is good for all kind of stuff. I use it on interiors for blasting dust and dirt out of tight spots that are hard to get to with a vacuum cleaner or something. Air vents down between the seats. If you have an air compressor, that's a handy gadget to have. But I blast my towels, even though I just washed them and dried them, just to try to get any lint out of it. Okay, I was kind of marking time here because I had just taken my ceramic coating out of the refrigerator, which is where, after I use this bottle today, I will. So if I get this thing set up for y'all can see what I'm doing here. I will reseal this bottle. It's got a red stopper in the top. I'll squeeze the air out of it, reseal it, put screw the cap back on, and then I'm going to put it inside of a freezer bag, seal that up, and put it in the refrigerator. It helps extend the shelf life of this, because if you get too much air in there and you get a lot of rapid changes in temperature, this stuff will solidify on you and it won't be any good. But if you store it properly, it will last, I'm here to tell you, for months and months and months. I think the very first bottle I bought, I was able to store it for like 6 months before it started turning bad. But this stuff is not rocket science, you guys. And I don't know if y'all can see me or not. I don't have a cameraman or a camera lady. I need a cameraman and a camera lady. Let me get back over here and see what y'all are looking at. I think maybe y'all can see me. All right, first thing I got to do is open this stuff up. You can see it. You take the lid off and it's got that red stopper cap in there. That's to keep the air out or to help. Have to remove that, which can be a little difficult with these gloves on. And then what you do, you just take this applicator pad, you just put maybe 3 dots on close to one of the leading edges. Then I will place the cap back on the bottle, and then all you do is you just lightly apply it like this in what we call a crosshatch pattern. This is really not rocket science, folks. It's not. It does take a little bit of practice to get it properly. You can see it looks really streaky right now, or at least I don't know if y'all can see it, but as it starts to dry, that will just start to disappear on you, and it will turn absolutely clear and be almost like a mirror. And then the longer it cures, the better it gets. And then after, I think it's 24 hours, they make a product that can go on top of this. I think it's called Shield. and it helps to seal it and protect it even better, give it more shine and gloss than it's already going to have. See, I'm just lightly applying this. And I want to get my cross patch pattern going here, just so that I make sure I've got even coverage to try to avoid leaving streaks. But if you don't do this properly, it will streak on you, just like the clear coat Restore did to me. And that was just because of improper application on my part. Hard to get a cross patch pattern on this little flat panel here. Come back over here, get me another dot. See, it don't take much at all. And this is one of those situations where the least amount of product you can apply is better, unlike the clear coat Restore where they want you to apply it heavily. All right, now I'm supposed to wait 2 minutes before I level it with that low pile cloth, and what I'm going to do is start the clock running here, and I will go ahead and do the other side of the hood as well. Get me a couple dots here. I don't have to put it on near as heavy because now my applicator pad is beginning to get saturated with the product, so I don't need as much as I did on that first pass. I can feel those defects in the paint. Do my little crosshatch pattern to make sure I'm getting even coverage. And that's basically all there is to ceramic coating a car, folks. The most difficult part for a lot of people who want to ceramic coat their daily driver is that they don't have the downtime for the car to sit while it cures. You got to keep it out of the rain. You can't let it get wet. And that includes dew forming on it at night. Because if it gets wet, you got to start all over again. Get a little going here. Finish up this little panel on my hood. And I'm applying no pressure, folks, none, just enough to stay in contact with the paint. That's all I'm using. All right. So now I will put the cap back on to keep as much air out of it as I possibly can. And we're past 2 minutes at this point, so I'm gonna give it a little bit longer because we did that side and then this side, and so, but it looks pretty bad right now. But that's what we're gonna be doing, is leveling it with this microfiber cloth. So, and all there again, all you do is you just gently drag your cloth across it, just like this, and let it level this stuff out. That's all there is to it. And the thing about it, folks, is you can reuse these towels and the applicator after this. Unlike the clear coat Restore, once you're finished with them, you have to toss them. Because that clear coat Restore dries to a hard, and it's just not, they're not reusable. So, but these you can if you just throw in the wash pretty quickly after you've finished. So I'm trying not to even put any pressure on this at all. All I'm trying to do is just keep it on the paint. That's all I'm doing. And I've done this many, many times at this point. And it's like anything else. The more you do it, the better you will get at it. But I'd say count on, if you got you a bottle of that, I'd say count on, you know, wasting a part of that first bottle just learning on. And I'm going to bring this bottle back now and show you guys, you know, it was full, what was it, full up to there maybe? Not even that far, and that's all I've used. Just doing the hood. And I probably put way more on there than I needed. I over applied it. Because I was paying about as much attention to the camera and all as I was what I was doing. And as this stuff flashes, then we'll get our plush microfiber. I think I put too much. Didn't wait long enough to level it. But we'll see. The thing about this is once it dries good, the only way you can get it off is to buff it off. With a light compound and a medium pad, you can buff it right off. Cut it right off. Not a big deal. But I'm going to wait just a little bit longer. And we'll see how this stuff turns out. Because next all I'm going to do is buff it gently with this very soft, very plush. See, it's what they call an edgeless towel. See, there's no edges to scratch, which I prefer the edgeless ones because you're eliminating another source of scratching on your paint. See, I could see this stuff starting to flash now. Some parts quicker than others, which tells me I put it on way too thick. That's okay. I still got time to fix that. Oh, Jeff Wigington, how you doing there, bro? Mr. Mark. Mr. Mark. Hey, Jeff, I was just demonstrating the application of the DP Shield ceramic coating. And I think I've put way too much on there, Jeff. But that's all right. It'll be all right. Putting it on top of this Clear Coat Restorer that I did a couple of days ago. So we'll just come back, buff that gently. And get all these ridges out of it, just very gently. Because all you're doing is leveling this down. You're not trying to polish the paint or anything just yet. So, you just gently, and you can see it's already starting to get a heavy shine back to it. Flip over to a clean side for this half, which I use this half, this half, 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 half. Yeah, I put way too much on here. Way too much. But this stuff will dry hard as a diamond, just about. And when it does, it'll be so shiny, it'll knock your eyes out. And it will protect your paint better and longer than any sealant or wax ever could. Ever. Trust me on that, because I've had ceramic coatings on my car for a while now, and on a motorcycle. I'm going to wait and see how that turns out. Like I say, I think I might have messed it up a little bit, but if I did, I can go back and fix it very quickly, very easily. All right, guys, just wanted to show y'all what was going on. Y'all hit that like button or whatever button they give you. Thumbs up. If you got a question, a comment, if you got a question, put it in the comments. I'll answer it for you. About any of the products I used or the equipment I used or where I got them, if you can order them, which most everything I've used today, the everyday person can order it. Oh, Miss Glenda, I didn't notice her pop up. I was busy running my mouth. But I'm going to let that dry for a little while and see what I got. And then I'm going to move on to the wheels. Because I can't do the rest of the car yet, because I got to redo the clear coat restore on the rest of it. And I'm waiting on, I've ordered that mark, I'm waiting on it to get here. And then what I'll do is just quick buff everything and then reapply it after I paint prep it, of course. And then after that cures, like 48 hours, and then I'll ceramic coat the rest of the car again. All right? All right, guys, appreciate you tuning in and watching me. You just in time for me to say bye, Miss Linda. All right, guys, I will catch y'all later. Thank you very much.